let's talk a little bit about circles. Now, if we look at this circle, it's been labeled according to all of the parts of a circle. So we have going from the center of our circle to the outside of our circle right here. We've got our radius. Now, the radius is just half the way across. If you want the whole way across, we're talking about our diameter. Now, if we don't go through the center, but we go all the way across our circle, we refer to that as a chord. So a chord is any line segment that goes through our circle, but not through the center. Now, that's a line segment. What if we used a line? Well, that's a secant. Remember, lines, they continue on forever in both directions. And then we have this tangent here, which it's hard to tell, but a tangent is a line that just touches the circle. It like sets on top of it just at one point. Now, we know that all the way around a circle is called the circumference. Just part way around the circle is called an arc. Speaking of circles, this reminds me of a joke I once heard. It's who designed King Arthur's round table? Circumference. All right, let's talk about this shape. It says, what is the line MP? Okay, well, we see it cuts through our circle. It doesn't go through the center, so it's not a diameter, and it continues on forever, so it's not a chord. This is a secant. All right, this one, it just now, this point's given to us. That's called our point of tangency, so this is a tangent. Right here, we're going from the middle of the circle to the outside of the circle. That's our radius. And this, we just have the center of the circle, so we'll just call that our center, which wasn't part of the diagram I showed you, but that is the center. Okay, here we're going, it's a line segment from W to J. That's a chord. Now let's talk a little bit about area of a circle. So area of a circle is given by pi r squared, where r is your radius, and pi is usually 3.14, sufficiently accurate. So area is all the space inside the circle. It's that two-dimensional squared space. Circumference, which is calculated by 2 pi r. Again, we can use 3.14. That's calculated, and then that gives us the distance around the circle. So circumference is kind of like circle perimeter. Let's solve some problems involving these. Okay, so first we'll start off with this shape. It says a circle's diameter is 6 kilometers. What is the circle's area? Use 3.14 for pi and round your answers to the nearest tenth. Now, we know that area is equal to pi r squared. So this area will be equal to, using 3.14, times our radius squared. But before I plug that in, I need to figure out what my radius is, because it didn't give me my radius, it gave me my diameter. Now, we know that if the diameter all the way across is 6, then just part way across should be, halfway across should be 3. So our radius is 3. So now that we know that piece of information, we can say we have an area of 28.26. It says round to the nearest tenth. This 6 will make the 2 round up, so it'll be 28.3. It says kilometers, so km squared. There's the area of that circle. Ooh, this one, it gives us a picture. Again, it gives us the diameter, and it's asking us to find the area of each cookie. So I guess Sheila is baking cookies. The diameter of each cookie is 21 centimeters. What is the area of the cookie? So first we need to figure out, okay, if that's our diameter, what is our radius? So we'll divide by 2, and that's going to give me 10.5. For my radius. And now I can just plug that into my formula. of area equals pi r squared. So area is going to be equal to 3.14 times 10.5 squared, which is 346.185. It says round to the nearest tenth. So, well, this 8 will make the 1 round up. So it'll be 346.2 centimeters squared. All right, let's look at this one. It says Ahab sees a flying saucer. The radius of the flying saucer is 7 feet. What is the circumference of the flying saucer? Remember, circumference, that's that distance all the way around. And we solve for circumference using that formula 2 pi r. So this circumference will be equal to 2 times 3.14 times, what's the radius? Oh, in this case, it's 7. We didn't have to divide by 2. How considerate. So 2 times is 43.96. And it says round to the nearest tenth, so the 6 will make the 9 round up. However, that doesn't mean that my answer is 43.10. The 9 would round up, so this is actually going to round to 44.0, and it's in feet squared. All right, let's do this one. It says Sid is baking a pie. Determine the diameter, the diameter of the pie is 7 inches. What's the circumference? Okay, so this one, they did not give us the radius, so we'll have to solve for it. Well, 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So now we can use that formula. Circumference equals 2 pi r. So 2 times 3.14 times 3.5 gives us our radius. Not our radius, gives us our circumference, which remember is the distance around the shape. Area is the space inside the shape. Oops, little typo. 21.98, and again, this says to round to the nearest tenth. Just like on the last problem, when we round up, that's going to give us 22.0, because the 8 will make the 9 round up. And this is going to be in inches. Oh, wait a second. I think I made a mistake on the last problem. Let's go back to it. I said feet squared, but area is in feet squared. Perimeter is just a distance. So this is just in feet. What is a circle? A circle's radius is 25 feet. What is the circle's circumference? Okay, so we can just plug that in. Area equals not area. It said circumference. Circumference equals 2 pi r. So 2 times 3.14 times 25 will give us 157 exactly, and this is going to be in feet. Okay, let's move on. All right, good luck on Get More Math.